Hello everyone, welcome to GoTarryn TV. I'm Taryn, the traveling trainer of GoTarryn Personal Training here in the greater Atlanta area, welcoming back yet again another wonderful fitness professional, Marla-Deen Brooks. She'll be here in just a few moments. Before Marla-Deen gets here though, if I could ask everyone out there to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and while you're watching today's video interview, if you'd be so kind as to like the video, leave us a comment, and share it with all of your friends and family. And remember, with GoTarryn Personal Training, it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with Marla-Deen Brooks. All right, folks, we're back. Welcome back. And we have, once again, Marla-Deen Brooks joining us. Marla-Deen, how are you doing out there?
I'm great, Taryn. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Much better now that you're here. I'm glad to hear your voice. It's been a few months since we last spoke, and I guess yeah. First question out of the bat: how's your 2017 been treating you?
So far, so good. I have no complaints. I can't believe it's about to over halfway finished where we are right now. But it has flown by as usual.
It really has. Yeah, you're right. I totally agree. This year has just come and gone, and especially with now the time change, too, it seems like the days are much shorter at the end of the evening.
Do you like the time change?
Do I like it? The only time I liked it was the first day where I got that extra hour sleep. Other than that, I'm kind of bummed that it gets dark at like 5:30 p.m.
Oh, I'm one of those. It's 8 o'clock, and I think it's midnight when I want to go to bed. I hate it.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, I get home, and that's generally speaking about what time I finish work, and I get home, and I'm just like, God, it feels like it's time to jump right into bed. So I know, yeah. Right. It's unbelievable. And then I'm not motivated to work out, and, all fail. No. It just crumbles to pieces. But, and that's the thing I wanted to segue this into, because what I wanted to chat about with you today was motivation. That was a big word there that you and I are always trying to stress to our clients and people that we work with. And right now, this time of year especially, is a dangerous time because of holiday parties and, get-togethers and all that kind of such. So, Marla-Deen, before I brought you on last week, I asked you to come on here and help people out there with those doldrums and, folks, and me included, by the way. I'm not exempt. Yeah. I totally, I get demotivated, I get derailed, and I need to figure out how to stay on track. So I wanted to see if we could get your help on that. And you're the woman to ask. You're the expert, and you were before we started recording. Yeah.
Wait. Go ahead.
Oh no, you first, please. What were you going to say?
I was just saying I have found that it's in my experience, and it's about this time every year that everybody starts complaining about being bored, hitting plateaus, getting in a rut.
Yeah.
I think since you and I spoke, planning this podcast, that I have had 3 different people ask me what they can do because they're in their own personal rut or hit their own plateaus and are just, kind of fed up, and they want to give up because they know the holidays are about to be here. And so they're kind of thinking, well, why do I need to even worry about it and just wait till January to jumpstart again?
Yeah.
Which is not good. That's not good thinking.
Everyone listening out there can relate, and I hear that a lot too. So you said roughly 3 people saying that. What has generally been your comeback or the way to, your quick answer in terms of, keeping them on track?
My quick answer is to try something new. You have got, if you're in a rut or you're in a plateau, it's because you're either mentally bored or you're physically, your body needs something to change. It needs to be shaken up a little bit. It needs to be surprised a little bit. You need to get yourself kind of more mentally engaged again. So I always say, just try something new. Think about something maybe you've always said you wanted to try and hadn't taken the time, or find someone who is doing something fun, or someone a buddy, and try to find a way to just tweak whatever you're doing and make it a little more exciting for you. Because if you're bored, your chances are you're not going to get out of bed extra early to get to the gym, especially on these cold mornings, or to go for a run dark outside. if you don't have some kind of incentive, something that's going to make it a little more enjoyable than just kind of doing your normal exercise routine.
Yeah, much agreed, Marla-Deen. I like that, trying something different. And, before we were recording too, I was just speaking to a fellow colleague of ours, Rick Howington. We got to say hi to Rick.
Yeah.
He's the one that connected us.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah, Rick and Todd Stewart, if they're watching. And Todd comes
Yep.
to the Family Life Center at Second Ponce all the time. And they agree, they said, I told them, what we were going to be talking about. They totally, you nailed it. They were saying, well, we try to do something different. Rick teaches spin classes. Todd comes in the gym and he does something different all the time. So, yeah, I mean, just nailing it on the head right there. I love that. And what I did, Marla-Deen, was I printed out the top 15 reasons why people don't exercise or decide to stop exercising completely. And I wanted us to attack those one at a time. Yeah, because I thought it was insightful. Okay. Yeah, from webmd.com, they had a national list here from ACSM. And asked people, what was your main reasons, and these were them. And I'll start from bottom to top. That way we can kind of attack them, the easier ones here first. I like the first one. How about let's just start at the bottom here. Exercise hurts. In other words, that's what their answer is. I don't exercise because it hurts. What do we say to them? I like hey, I relate to it. I'll be honest. I'm very transparent and open. I hate exercising. It doesn't feel good sometimes.
I don't know how I'm going to tackle that one, because if you've not been doing something, the first time you do anything, even if it's something fun, you might be a little bit sore, so it might actually hurt a little bit. You're using muscles you haven't used. Even sometimes I think about when I'm doing a puzzle or trying to do something with my brain, I think my brain will hurt, but that means I need to, maybe you exercise it more often so it's not hurting. I always tell people after that painful exercise to treat yourself to an Epsom Salt bath, or maybe plan a good massage, or do some foam rolling. I guess just find a way to treat yourself to take the pain away, and you got to keep going back, because it will stop hurting if you stick with it.
Yeah, I say that all the time. Like, your body will get used to it, and I totally love the Epsom Salt idea. That's excellent. Personally, the sauna, hot tub, those do it for me too. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, good answer. How about the next one here? Quote, you can't afford a gym membership. That's an interesting one.
Well, we talked about that before.
We did.
One time I did an interview with you. And
yep.
I'm just almost going to say, you got to buck up there. There's no reason that you have to spend a dime on a good workout. If you have a computer and an internet, which most people do, or even just a phone.
Everyone has a smartphone.
There are a million, and they're really good workout videos on YouTube now. When it first started out, maybe they were dark and not very professional, or not very intense, but there are some really, really good workouts, everything from yoga to Pilates to HIIT training, weightlifting. You could do something every day of the week and have a new workout completely in the privacy of your own home, in your pajamas, without spending a dime.
For free, that's the way to do it. I joke all the time with my clients, like whenever I'm looking for something I don't know how to do, like I'm not a handyman. If I'm trying to fix something, I go to YouTube, because it's right on there for free. You can't beat that.
I did that for my son 2 nights ago. He couldn't get his phone to activate, and I just dialed up this little YouTube video and sent it right to him. That's right.
That is awesome. I love it. Good. How about this next one, Marla-Deen? I don't know how to exercise.
Well, then that might be the time that you might need to invest in a trainer and get just one small package of one-on-one training, because the worst thing you could do is to go all out to the gym thinking this is your year, you're going to get in fit, you're going to get shape, and then you're injured and you're sidelined and you're frustrated. And I don't think, unless you have some experience, that you need to do a lot of at-home of the YouTube videos if you're not comfortable with some of the moves. So that would be when it would be smart. Maybe you're going to ask for that for a birthday present or a Christmas present, a few sessions with a personal trainer.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, this is the time right now. The holidays coming up. Gift certificates, that would be a wonderful idea for like personal training.
That's right.
Or a gym membership with a trainer or what have you. Absolutely. Great.
Yeah.
How about this one? Here's one that you and I, before we started recording, we could both relate to this one. You want to exercise, but you have to take care of the kids and family.
That's so hard. I tell you. I go back to when I was a young mother and I was working full time, and I had to schedule that in my calendar,
Yes.
like an appointment, and I might have to let the laundry go, or let the house be a little dirty, or miss out on maybe dinner with girlfriends if I wanted to get that workout in, or just kind of maybe hopefully have an understanding spouse or neighbor who could trade off a little time so you could get and some exercise in. Sometimes you forego that sleep for that little short workout before the babies wake up. Anytime you can fit it in.
I do that myself, Marla-Deen. Like I have my session for myself booked right on my smartphone in my Outlook calendar. So
Yeah.
we definitely think alike on that. You have to make it a priority, like you've said
Yeah.
before. Absolutely. Very good. How about this one? I'm just too tired.
And that one's a mind over matter thing.
Yes.
And that was a tough one. And I get it. It's been a long day. So you didn't work out before you went to work. You come home from work. The last thing you want to do, just mentally, you can't gear up to a workout. But if you would make yourself do it, don't come home, go straight to the gym, have your bag packed. I promise within 10 minutes of getting your heart rate up, getting a little sweat going, your endorphins will go, and you'll feel so much better, and you'll have so much more energy afterwards. And you will, it's just that whole mind over matter of making yourself do that, but you will have much more energy afterwards. Mm-hmm. I think we all know that, just making ourselves do it.
Yeah, it's all about implementing it. We know what to do, but now we got to implement and execute it. This one kind of goes hand in hand. Quote, exercise is boring. Again, I think that's mind over matter, isn't it?
That's mind over matter. That's, again, finding something fun to do.
Yeah.
I have a friend that one of her guilty pleasures is those horrible I shouldn't say that, those housewife shows, housewives.
Oh, God.
Or,
Real Housewives of Atlanta and all those.
The Real Housewives.
Oh, my God. It's terrible that I know that title.
Yes. The only way she will let herself watch that show is if she gets on the treadmill. So that's her way of feeding the boredom on the treadmill, is by watching that. So, and another thing I have really kind of gotten hooked on is when I'm walking, even if it's just walking my dog or walking for fitness, is podcasts or audiobooks.
Yeah.
And I can walk so much farther because I'm listening to something, I'm learning something, or I'm being entertained. And it's a great way to add movement to your day, to be entertained with either a podcast or a book.
I totally agree. I have my headphones with me every time I go to the gym. I throw them on. They're the Bluetooth wireless ones. I sync it to my iPhone, and I always do a podcast, and just time goes by so quickly. And you're not bored that way because you're listening to something interesting.
Absolutely.
Most likely.
Yeah. That's right. We need to podcast list one day, Karen.
Yes, certainly. That would be fun. Absolutely. Okay, here's another one. This one's interesting. And again, I think this one's resonating for myself. I've tried to exercise, but I keep quitting.
Oh, yeah. That's that whole, I wonder, most people, how long they actually try it. It takes at least 21 days to make it a habit.
Yep.
Or either they've not found something they really enjoy. There's some people who love to exercise. They just came out of the womb that way. Mm-hmm. And there's some people who stick with it, so then they grow to love it. And some people, I think, just hate it all their lives, and they treat it like taking medicine. They just do it because they know they have to. So if you're that type of person, I think you need to say, okay, but I enjoy playing tennis, so find a tennis team. Or, I like to compete with myself, so maybe a spin class, because you can then compete with yourself or whoever's next to you. I think then it's just important to keep trying different stuff till you find something that you actually do like.
Yeah. Definitely. Very, very good. How? And this one here, I'm sure we've heard this plenty. I have in the past. I'm not seeing any changes or results in my body.
Well, then what is your goal? If that's why you're exercising, then you got to look at your nutrition. But I think that just depends on your goal. If you're exercising to lose weight, or if you're exercising just to be fit, or you're exercising for health reasons, for your heart health and that type of thing. So if you're exercising to see different results and lose weight, then you've got to work with your nutrition on that one.
Oh, nutrition's key. And you just said the big G word right there. This brings us to number one. I don't know how to set goals. That's an interesting one.
how can you not know how to set a goal? And I think the whole goal thing is key. When we were taught, when I was thinking about this whole losing motivation, one of the things I think is the most important when you start waning on that is to set a goal. And maybe it's to run a 5K, maybe it's to run a half marathon, maybe it's to take a biking trip, or be able to hike with your child. Whatever it is, write it on a sticky note, put it on your mirror, and that's your reason for getting to the gym, or that's your reason for putting on your running shoes and going for that hike. But it doesn't always have to be about, your goal doesn't always have to be about your outward appearance, looking good in a pair of jeans or losing weight. Your physical or your fitness goal can be about anything.
Yeah, definitely. And before we were even recording too, we were talking about, just life in general, filling each other in on, the ages of our kids and where they're at right now. And yeah, definitely. I mean, it all comes down to what is going to keep one motivated and goals. And Marla-Deen, I'm just impressed. We blew through those just excellently. Let me spin it around for a second here. What are your goals for the rest of the year? What does 2017 look like for the remainder until the new year for you?
I have been, I've kind of had a bee in my bonnet to do I have a website, a healthy living website, MarlaDeenFit.com.
Mm-hmm.
And I have, actually I've talked to Rick Cowington. I want to change that. I am in a niche that is for a group of women that are, 40 plus.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like the blog life and the website world out there is kind of geared to that age group. I think it's more geared to the younger ones.
Okay.
So I am working on kind of streamlining and doing some different things on my wellness site that will focus more on helping that age group of women.
That's excellent. I love to hear that. That's great. That's wonderful. And that's a big thing too. I'm sure motivation and goal setting is going to be a pretty big part of working with those women too.
Right, absolutely. I've started teaching this class that I kind of incorporated some of my private boot camp clients with another person's class that she unfortunately had to quit teaching for a while. So I've got a group of women in their 40s and 50s and some in their 60s.
Oh, cool.
And those women in their 60s are doing the same moves. Now, some of them have a few aches and pains. But you know what, Taryn? I'm like, you ladies are here. Y'all have your shoes on. You've got your workout clothes. You're lifting weights. You're doing everything we're doing. Maybe you're not jumping as much as some of us are jumping, but that's okay. You're still getting your heart rate up. You're getting a great workout. And I think it's key that generation or that group, that age group keeps moving and keeps working.
Yeah, especially women. Yeah, no question. I agree. To me, like you said earlier, it's mind over matter. The mental thing is, it's so easy and tempting just to say, well, I brought my gym clothes with me. I have my shoes. There's no excuse, but I could always just go home and just rest and drink a beer and watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. But yeah, you're right. For those women to be there, that's commending. That's very, that's awesome.
I can see how it changes. I have two sons in college and one that'll graduate in 2 years. So I see kind of my schedule changing as we become those, quote, empty nesters, and I'll have a different schedule, a little more free time and kind of how to use that. So that's kind of something I'm starting to think about this year and gearing up for the next 2 years, kind of what that's going to look like for me.
Excellent. Very, very good. Well, I'm so glad everything's going so well, and it sounds exciting. And how about with the holidays coming up, Marla-Deen? What do your Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's plans look like?
Well, I usually cook Thanksgiving, and I'm from South Georgia, so it's, all the trimmings, and it's not all very healthy. I'll just tell you, that one meal of the year isn't going to hurt anybody to enjoy the fellowship and being with friends and family. So I'm looking forward to having all my boys around the table and some family around the table and enjoying a day and being thankful.
It doesn't sound like it gets any better than that. That's amazing.
No, there won't be really any traveling. It'll be pretty low key, but I think we're all ready for that. Just kind of relax a little bit for a few days.
Yeah.
Watch a lot of football. We're big Georgia fans around here, so we've been having some fun watching football.
Oh, especially now, your team's looking really hot there. I'm not a football guy, but what I understand, they're undefeated as we're recording this. And
I know, we don't want to jinx it for Saturday, though.
I understand it's Auburn that they're playing against.
That's correct.
Yeah, well, keep our fingers crossed and keep the faith up.
No,
and
absolutely.
Georgia is 9-0 now. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Unbelievable.
That
Very
is
exciting.
That is great. Well, my wife went to UGA, and her brother, they're pulling for the Bulldogs all the time. I hear it all the time when I come home, and it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Right. You got to drink a little bit of the Kool-Aid then, right?
Yes. I haven't been to a Georgia game yet, but one of these days. In fact, I haven't got I've been to one football game in my whole life, and that was a couple of weeks ago at a Georgia State University football game. Believe it or not.
Oh, fun!
That was the first one I've ever been to, so that was a lot of fun.
Well, you got to get to Athens. There's nothing like it.
That's what I've heard. I heard it's just unbelievable and just enormous. That's incredible.
Yep.
Well, that's great. Marla-Deen, that flew by so quickly. Thank you so much for helping us out. And I love, everything that we went over in terms of keeping people motivated and determined and staying on track and staying focused. And I think you nailed it out of the park. I think people listening to it, this can hopefully give them a shot in the arm, a little, boost of adrenaline, so to speak, so they can get out there and work out. I know I feel motivated. I feel like now I'm going to go to the gym and work out myself here in a little bit.
I know. I was thinking I might need to re-listen to this on a few of these cold days when I don't want to get out myself.
You know what? Not a bad idea. I think that's good because they say repetition's the motor of learning, and Stephen Covey and the 7 habits of successful people. Like you said, 21 days to build a habit, stick to it. I think that's the way to do it, is to learn and to be educated. And speaking of which, too, one last thing also, I do please want to have you come out to Georgia State and teach a class for us out there as a guest lecturer next couple of months here in January. Yeah, we'll definitely set that up. I will be in touch with you. I'm going to shoot you some dates, and this is always a lot of fun having you here, and I'm going to shoot you a date to see when we can have you back on here and do another one of these Skype podcasts, too.
I can't wait. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Marla-Deen. You know what? Before we let you go, you plugged it before. Let's go ahead and plug it one more time. What's the best ways to people learn about Marla-Deen Fitness?
It's MarlaDeen with 2 E's, fit.com.
Perfect. And I will make sure that we put that on the podcast screen, so anybody who's watching this or listening to it, they can refer to it there. It'll be right there on the website link. So, Marla-Deen, yes, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun, as always, and we will talk to you soon, and enjoy the rest of your day, and happy holidays, too. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right. Same back to you. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you, Marla-Deen. Okay, bye-bye.